He gets it in. It's gonna be tight here. It's in. Oh my God! Goalie goal. Goalie goal. Goalie goal. Where do we find these guys? He's going, and he's got it.
Hello and welcome to the PHL on the new Puck Hockey League Network. We're coming to you from Albany, and we are excited to bring you the Beavers against the Philadelphia Liberty. This is the semifinals. As we go straight into the semifinals, I'm Jack. I'm with Randy.
What's going
and
on, guys?
we're here to give you game 1 and 2 of the best of 5 semifinals between the Albany Beavers and the Philadelphia Liberty. The Albany Beavers just barely holding out to clinch that first seed in the regular season, as we had a 3-way tie. And the Philadelphia Liberty, unfortunately, could not make it any higher in the standings, although they still get a shot at the playoffs. 2 teams were eliminated. Those were the Calabasas Camel Crushers and the Red Deer Caribou.
Yeah, Jack, we got a really good matchup here tonight. I'm really interested to see what the Liberty has for the duo of Chad and Meatsail. You know, Chad being the leading assister and Meatsail being the leading scorer. I'm really thankful to cast this game. This is a good one to be at.
There's no better place to be than Albany for this game, and I am very excited to get this one underway eventually. As we know, Meatsail widely regarded as the best puck player in the world, and he has the stats to prove it. He's scored the most points out of any player in the pro division. And as you mentioned, Chad assisting on many of those. They've been a dynamic duo all the way since the old days of Hockey ? Team's getting warm up underway. What should we know about these lineups?
Well, one thing to note is definitely Hijinks' role in. Sorry. Sorry. In the Beavers team, Hijinks has been. He was drafted as a sub. He was actually drafted in the 5th round, but he's been putting up numbers for this team. So, he's one of my key players tonight. Seeing him come out, you know, obviously you have Meatsail and Chad, but Hijinks has put up a lot of numbers from the bench for these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And Hijinks is he's just a world-class personality. You know, if we did a redraft based purely off of personality, I think Hijinks would go first overall. He's just a great guy to have in your locker room, and the Albany Beavers have really felt it this season. I'm really excited to see him out there on the ice. I hope he gets the start. And I do not see Carr out there. The substitute Tic Tac is in the building, and all of the starters for the Philadelphia Liberty are on the ice warming up. We are missing one player from the Beavers. That would be Carr, if I'm not mistaken, although there is another big name missing from their lineup, since normally Hijinks substitutes in for Carr.
Yeah, and while we have a second here, on the Philadelphia side, you know, we're looking at guys like Tony Flo, who have, you know, a lot of assists. He was drafted actually number 3 overall, I believe, and first for the Philadelphia, and he has been putting up ridiculous numbers on assists. He might not score a lot, but he's been helping out his team score, and Rezzy's receiving a lot of those goals, and he is, he's putting them away.
So the player we are waiting on is Carr, otherwise known as Jacob. And we have Hijinks, Meatsail, the goaltender Yeesh, and Chad out there for the Albany Beavers. V, Rezzy, Kapanen, Craven, Moorhead, and Zebra out there for the Philadelphia Liberty. Zebra, widely regarded as the best goaltender in the world, and much like Meatsail, he also has the stats to prove it. The best goals against average in the pro division. And Yeesh hasn't been doing too bad for himself. He's been absolutely fantastic for these Beavers, shutting down other teams when they need him to, just to get the puck out and let the star power up front put the puck in the other net.
Yeah, really. Both these goalies here, I mean, it's a great matchup. It's not going to be easy goals tonight. I play pugs with both of these guys, and both of these guys are outstanding goalies. So they might have some tough or offensive matchups, but these are, the highest end goalies you could possibly have. So I'm really excited to see what happens here with these two teams.
There's no doubt this is going to be one for the history books. As we had the Bloomington Wild face off against the Halifax Hooks. That series is currently tied at 1. We will get game 3 of that in a few days. So please be patient. But for now, we have the Albany Beavers and the Philadelphia Liberty facing off. I thank you for joining us. I'm Jack with Randy. We're so glad to bring you this game tonight.
Yeah,
Carr
this is
has
awesome.
arrived in the building.
All right, we got both lineups. Let's do this.
Who was formerly known as Tony Flo, or still known as Tony Flo, on the draft board and on all official markings. Just changed his in-game name, but Tony Flo showing some good sportsmanship. Wishing luck to the players on the other team. But Carr needs a small reset.
Yeah, it seems like his game's not working completely, right?
I know some players have issues with the connection to the servers, and a simple leave and rejoin will fix that for them. Looks like teams are ready. Puck is dropped, and we are underway for game 1 of the PHL Pro Division semifinal. Chad starts it out in his own zone, sends it up the wall for Carr, mishandled, and Cap takes over. Cap into the zone, just missing the stick of Rezi, and the puck squirts out behind the net. Meatcell picks it up just behind Yeesh, and the Beavers get their first possession of the night. Send it out. Carr couldn't bat it down. It was too far to catch, and Zebra flicks it over to Rezi. Sent all the way down behind his own net. It's Kapanen. Backhanded up the wall. Tony Flo has to turn for that one. Meatcell takes it over, and a great strip from Kapanen gets the puck off his stick. Boy, that is not something that's easy to do, and Kapanen shows an elite level of poise to be able to step into that play and take the puck right off his stick.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting off defense strong.
Rezi comes into the zone for the Liberty with a backhand shot, blocked by the head of Meatcell. V now tries to send it in front, perhaps a wrap chance, looking for Rezi, and it's taken over by Hijinks as the puck clanged off the side of the net. Meatcell tries to get it ahead to Hijinks, but V takes over, loses his handle. Meatcell storms into the zone with Hijinks on his left. Meatcell to the net, backhander, missed the net wide. Are recollecting the rebound behind the net. And it's taken by Rezi, misplayed and taken away by Hijinks. Back and forth we go as Meatcell gets the puck for the Beavers. Skates over the Beavers logo, and it's sent all the way back down into his own zone. Yeesh will have to come out to play this. Chad now. Skates it to center, tries to cross it for Meatcell, but just in front of him, and V takes the puck, and it's sent all the way down to Kapanen with a partial break from the right circle. Couldn't get a shot off, takes it, sends it back to the line. Rezi, a long shot, stopped by Yeesh. V on the rebound tries to send it back in front. Cap is down on the ice, and Meatcell will take over and take it to center. Carr on his right in a 2-on-1 against Tony Flo. Meatcell shot, stopped, and Zebra comes up big again for the Philadelphia Liberty. Back and forth we go again. Tony Flo shot over the net. Sorry, Randy.
No, you're good. This is just going to be a defensive game. It's about what goalie is going to let up first. I mean, they are already taking shot after shot.
Attack taken away by V, recovered by Carr. Tries to send it to Hijinks back door. Chad can't get the puck. Tony Flo's going to take this over with Chad defending. Meatcell back. Tony Flo in front to V, and it was beautifully defended and sent all the way back out into the Philadelphia Liberty zone. The Philadelphia Liberty wearing yellow, and the Albany Beavers wearing their blue jerseys, signature home jerseys, and the Albany Beavers are in yellow, I apologize. Their alternate jerseys is the Philadelphia Liberty, provide a nice contrast to that with their dark blue home jerseys. Meet Sale now in his own zone. Sticked aside by Rezi, but Carr will recover. V bats the puck out of the air, gets it back on the left circle in the offensive zone, looking for options. Cap was going to the net, and V has to recover in the corner. This is Meet Sale, sending it across. Hijinks knocks it down, gets it back over to Meet Sale. Kapanen and Tony Flo defending. V comes in to help. Meet Sale tries to send it out to the line to Chad, and it was sticked aside by V. Chad gets the puck, taken away by V again. A great forecheck in his own zone. Cap. V.
You know, V's really holding his own here for being one of two guys that were traded throughout the entire season, from what I see, and you know, really picking it up for them. You know,
Absolutely. V has been absolutely fantastic for this Philadelphia Liberty team. They initially had Toaster starting games to start the season. V expressed that he wished to start games as he was sitting on the bench of the Calabasas Camel Crushers. He was quickly traded away for Dimitri, as the Camel Crushers were one of two teams to miss the playoffs. So V gets to go to a top team here and make an impact right away. Tony Flo content to dump it down. Chad will recover this. And we have 15 seconds to play in the first period. There's Cap dumping it towards the net. Rebound, V shot it high.
What a good look
V on
there
the left
from
wall,
V.
tapping it back to Tony Flo. Long shot stopped by Yeesh, and that's the end of the period. V missing a golden opportunity to put the Liberty up by 1.
Yeah, it's a tight game so far. The goalies are really holding their own. I mean, like I said before, it's really about which one of these goalies is going to make one mistake. I mean, that's all it's going to take. These players are really letting them have it. I mean, we're seeing great rotations for everybody, and everyone's, you know, finding their spots and taking their shots and everything. And, you know, we just got to look to the leading goal scorers and the assisters to really put it away for them, you know, either team.
Absolutely. And the second period is now underway. Meet Sale starts out from his own zone, sends it up the wall to Hijinks. Cap dumps it into the zone. Meet Sale will recover that. And I apologize for my mistake earlier. The Beavers are in blue. And the Philadelphia Liberty in yellow. This is Carr in the slot. Couldn't handle the pass from Hijinks. And Tony Flo will take over. His name displayed. Craven Moorhead in game. Chipped all the way down the ice for Rezi, but Meet Sale would recover that, but slammed into Chad, and Rezi's going to take this back behind the offensive net. Sends it in front. V looking for it. Recovers it. Gets it to the right side of the slot. Takes a long shot. Sticked aside by Yeesh. And Rezi will recover it deep in the zone. Sends it out to the line. Kapanen shoots it back in. Rezi still deep in the zone. We'll chase after that, but Chad will get there first. V pressuring Hijinks, but it's played around to Chad, and he's content to slow this down from his own zone. Spinning off V, lost the puck, tries to jam in front. Rezi had just hopped under his stick. This is now Tony Flo at the line, trying to backhander, blocked by Hijinks. Flipped around the zone. This is Chad, and he'll send it out to Carr. Pass couldn't connect. Tony now. Out to center for Meet Sale, cut off. Handles through the logo. To the right side, a great stick from Cap. Just barely knocks it off his stick. He recovers. Bodied off the puck by Tony Flo. And Rezi will take over. Lost it to Hijinks. Chad will take it. Backhands it around to Hijinks. With Carr breaking. Carr had to slow down for the pass, and Tony Flo got back to break it up. Tony Flo off the wall to V, broken up by Chad to Hijinks. Misplayed, Rezi takes it. Through center across to V. Back to the right side. V on this backhand. Stopped by Yeesh. Hijinks at the left wall now. With Meat Sail on his right and Carr going to the net. Tony Flo defending. Hijinks shot. Stopped by Zebra. The stick of his blade. The blade of his stick, rather. Able to deflect that one to the corner. And it's sent back in for Kapanen. What have you liked from these teams so far as we reach the halfway point of this game?
One thing I really like right now is the way V's getting a lot of opportunities, but it's also from him forechecking a lot. You know, he is staying in their zone. He's not letting them set up for the, you know, the classic Chad to Meat Sail duo where they, you know, if they take time, if you give them time and they get set up, I mean, you're just in for a bad time with them. You know, you can't really give them anything. So him constantly putting pressure on this team is really helping them.
Absolutely. V has been great applying the pressure against the Albany Beavers. Cool as a cucumber. And perhaps cool as a banana. This is Tony Flo working his way into the zone with Rezi backdoor. Tries to find him, but Carr got a stick in the lane. And it comes out to Chad, who sends it to Hijinks. V defending, one-on-one. Isolation time for Hijinks. Sends it across to Meat Sail, but broken up behind by Tony Flo. Yeesh is going to come out to play this. He loves to do that. Yeesh known to wander a bit. And an excellent player at playing the puck from the goaltending position. This is Tony Flo working his way back into his own zone with the final minute to play of the second period. Backhands it across to Kapanen, but it's intercepted by Chad. Sends it ahead to Meat Sail. V defending, and he breaks it up with a great sweeping stick. Now he's looking to create offense the other way with Rezi on his left. V cuts to the slot, tries to take a shot. That went well wide of the net. Chad up the wall, Meat Sail. 30 seconds to go in the period. They got to amount to something here, or they're going to have to do it next period. Meat Sail into the zone, under the stick of Carr. Sent across to V. Whacks it deep. Rezi will pressure. Chad missed the puck. Rezi couldn't read it. And Chad was able to recover. Hijinks knocks it down. 3 seconds to go. Carr has to take a shot. Can't get to the puck, and that's the end of the second period.
I mean, the Philadelphia defense has been outstanding here. I mean, locking these guys down is a tall order, and I feel like V has been all over the court, the ice rather, sorry. But yeah, really looking for opportunities. If Philadelphia wants to have any chances, I really think that, you know, Rezi's their guy. You know, he's the leading goal scorer for the team, or Cap's, he looks like he's feeling good tonight.
Absolutely, Cap has been known to take those long passes and absolutely lob in assists from his own zones and center ice. And getting that addition of V on this offense has been absolutely tremendous to have someone that's able to finish that consistently alongside Rezi. 2 A-class finishers with Cap behind them. It's a dangerous team. Here's Hijinks into the zone, broken up by Tony Flo. Meat Sail and Chad recollecting. Meat Sail will take it, spinning off Rezi with V defending. Meat Sail. He can't get the puck past V. V will not let him through tonight.
Is a stone wall right now.
Tony Flo scores!
Absolute ripper there from Tony. That was outrageous.
Working in a
Perfect
windmill
placement.
move on Chad, and he rips it low on the stick side. That is just an A-class finish right over the pad of the goaltender. And he's able to put the Philadelphia Liberty up by 1.
The underdogs putting on a little bit of a show tonight. They're ready to play. They're, you know, they're not to be trifled with. They're ready to take this spot if they're going to give it to them.
Meat Cell having a tough time getting passes through in the O zone. The very structured Philadelphia Liberty have been fantastic in their positioning and breaking up those plays. It's sent all the way down to Rezi, who works his way into the zone. Past Chad, maybe a breakaway if he hurries, but he cuts back, tries to send it out to V. Meat Sail intercepts, not for long, as Tony Flo takes over the goal scorer. With assists from Rezi and V. Now it's Meat Sail for the Beavers. 3 minutes to go in the game. And he's blocked off the puck by V again. Wow. I mean, this is just an all-star class game from V so far. His pressure has been phenomenal, and he's not let anything from Meat Sail get through to the net. Now he dumps it all the way down, knocked down by Meat Sail, as the pass was looking for Rezi. Played into the zone. This is going to be Chad. Swinging it across. Hijinks now. Meat Sail into the zone. On the right circle, takes a shot. Instantly denied by Tony Flo. Hijinks. Out to the slot. Meat Sail tries a one-touch pass that was intercepted by Cap. And he's working on Chad defending. He's able to dump it deep. Yeesh plays it on his backhand. Sends it all the way out. Rezi knocked it down, sent it back in. Play down the length of the ice, and Tony Flo chips it high in the air to Rezi. With Cap on his right, he tries to find him, but Meat Sail was able to get a stick in the passing lane. And Carr will take over for the Beavers. Tries to work on Kapanen. Intercepted and sent across to Craven Moorhead. Flipped down the wall. Rezi with Cap going to the net. Tries a one-touch pass between his legs. Gets it to Kapanen in the slot. Tries to find Rezi back, but Chad was able to break it up.
Great opportunity there, but Cap just letting it go a little bit too late, trying to find his teammate there in the zone.
Rezi breaks up the dump from Hijinks, cuts to the slot, and his shot climbed off the side of the net. Hijinks now on the right side of the neutral zone, working his way into the zone, looking backdoor for Carr, who was facing backwards and tried to take a spin-around swat at the puck. V knocks it out of the air. Final minute to play in Game 1 of this semifinal matchup. Winner of this series goes to the final, but we will not decide that tonight. We only have Games 1 and 2 for you here. It's crunch time for the Beavers as Carr tries to get it deep. V knocks it down, sends it back in the other way. Meat Sail breaks it up, looking for Carr ahead. Takes it himself. Rezi and V slam into each other. Meat Sail works on Rezi. Working through center, broken up by V. Broken up by V again. Dumped out by V. This is Rezi now, looking to seal the game. Put a dagger in the hearts of the Beavers. And Chad now dumps it all the way down the length of the ice. Meat Sail might get there first, but Tony Flo says no. 15 seconds to go. Behind his own net. Shoots it down the length of the ice. Hijinks can't get there. Rezi works his way into the zone, takes a backhander wide, and the Liberty win Game 1.
An outstanding game from the Liberty there. They were all over everything. There was nothing happening for the Beavers right there. You know, the Beavers, if I'm the Beavers right now, I'm looking at trying to make more passes than walking it up. This defense has been so good. The times I've seen them have real opportunities here, they are passing more than once when they're going down the ice. A lot of the times, one person might get caught up trying to get past everybody, but making those connections is how you're going to beat this goalie. I mean, I don't see any other way around it.
The number one unsolvable solution so far for the, or unsolvable problem rather, for the Albany Beavers is going to be the goaltender. It's so tough to get anything past Zebra, let alone more than once in a game.
Yeah, and with us having only 2 games tonight, you know, you don't want to go down 2-0 and come into tomorrow with only having 1 game to give, you know. You want to take a game here and make a stand and then come back tomorrow, refresh, talk about everything and end on a good note for the Beavers.
Yeah, absolutely, and I don't doubt that Zebra has the ability to take this team to the final. They have amazing players in front of him, too. This is really an all-around dangerous team. A backhander from the man who scored the game winner in Game 1. Tony Flo goes high over the net as we are underway in Game 2. Philadelphia leads the series 1-0, and a shocking turn, as many predicted that the best player in the world, Meetsel, would be able to captain his team to a Game 1 victory. Chad now, working his way into the zone. Played out to the line. This is Carr as the Beavers apply pressure early. Played all the way out. V now. Working a 2-on-1 with Rezi. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Sends it across. Tony Flo back to V, and it was just over his stick. Out at the line, Kapanen tries to cross it. Carr will get there first. Deep in his own zone, he sends it out. Meetsel hustling after it, but Tony Flo will get there first. An all-class defender, Tony Flo. And it's sent across. Hijinks. Oh, he just fanned on the puck as he was trying to collect it. This is Kapanen. Perhaps both teams feeling some nerves as the first ever PHL playoffs are being played now. Flipped all the way out. Rezi hustling towards Meat, looking for the puck. And Meetsel will get there first. Sent into the zone. Chad will chase after it. Carr leads it for him, but Carr needed to go in front, and there was no option there. Meetsel towards the net, blocked down by Tony Flo. They are absolutely clamping him tonight. Hijinks now in his own zone. Nearing 2.5 minutes played of the first period. And it's Tony Flo recollecting in his own zone. Both teams looking like they're slowing down after that offensive push to start the game. V now leaves it. It's sent all the way down the length of the ice. Yeesh. Content to play that over to Chad, who backhands it around the wall to Meetsel. Stick handling through center, and Cap breaks it up beautifully again. Chad now getting after it, and he backhands it down the length of the ice, looking for Carr, but Rezi was able to intercept that. Rezi chasing after it. Meat gets there first, or rather Chad gets there first and sends it out to center. Kapanen misplayed it. Chad has speed, but Kapanen's able to get it over to Tony Flo. Popped out to center. Meetsel and Hijinks slam into each other, and V will collect. Up the wall, looking for Rezi. Meetsel will get there first. Spinning off Rezi, sending it up the wall. Knocked down by V again. A long shot by Rezi into the pads of Yeesh, and he sticks it over to Hijinks. Crosses it, but Carr was up on the same wall. This is Tony Flo getting there first, sending a long backhander towards the net. Kapanen tries to swing it out of the air, and it was batted the other way by the defender. Carr will get there first. Cuts to the slot. Carr stick lifted by V.
Yeah, right now, if I got one word to describe the Beavers, it's congested on offense. You know, it feels like the Liberty have just been clogging up every single lane and every opportunity that they have.
Rezi tries to send it in front to V. It comes out to the line. Tony Flo, the goal scorer in Game 1, the lone goal scorer in Game 1. And he tries to send it towards the net. V. And Rezi blocks it down. This is Yeesh now coming out to play it. As I mentioned in Game 1, he loves to do that. And he sends it up the length of the ice, looking for Carr. Taken away by Tony Flo. Long shot off the chest of Yeesh. He's able to make the stop. Here's Hijinks. Through to Carr. Moves around V. Carr takes this shot into the pads of Zebra. Carr now in the corner. It's popped up into the air for Chad. Final 20 seconds of the first period. In game 2, Philadelphia able to take game 1 in a 1-0 win. A goal from Tony Flo, assist by V and Rezi. It's sent out. Speaking of, here's Rezi. Tries to take a shot, partially fanned on. Yeesh comes out to play it, and that's the final second of play in the first period.
Yeah, and
What have you seen so far?
this is exactly what we expected, right? Is a goalie game here. And you know, I've seen just more opportunities from Philadelphia, and that you cannot put that much pressure on your goalie as Albany, and you got to give your starters an opportunity to score. You got to give your forwards a real opportunity to score here. It's been really, you know, play. It might be played in both zones, but Albany just letting too many opportunities through, in my opinion.
Yeesh coming out to play it. Second period underway. This is Kapanen. Stick lifted by Hijinks from behind. Meatsail will get there first. Chips it up the wall to himself. But car crashed in on him. And Hijinks will take over. Kapanen and V back. Hijinks works around Kapanen. Rezi comes back too. Hijinks will have to spin off and send it towards the net. Nobody in the slot for the Beavers. And this will be Tony Flo's puck. Sends it out to Rezi. V going to the net. Rezi takes a shot. Brilliantly stopped by Yeesh. Waving his stick in the air, able to knock it down.
Yeah, Yeesh doing an outstanding job in this half. Oh,
V a
again.
backhander. It's fluttering up in the crease, and it's knocked down and out.
Yeah, Yeesh came to play in this second game. He's not messing around. He's not gonna let Albany go out without a fight. That's for sure.
And I will say, I think if there's one team that can crack Zebra, it would be the Beavers. The pure offensive talent they have all around is enough to get anything through him. Although it's not going to be an easy job for anyone in the league.
Yeah, these guys take such quality shots that no matter what, I think that it's just about the amount of shots you're going to get on goal. Every one of these guys are D1 capable, and even their defensemen can score. So it doesn't matter. It just get more on net.
Hijinks. And it's dumped out. Carr will have to recollect that. Around the wall to Chad. V crashing in on him, who's been known to apply some pressure in the offensive zone. It's played out. Kapanen backhands it towards the net. V, or rather Rezi, tries to bat it towards the goal, and it was knocked down by the defender. Rezi takes it off Chad with V in front. Rezi out to Tony Flo, and it was just under his stick as he has to recollect at center. Up the wall, Kapanen sends it towards the goal. Yeesh sticks it aside out to Meatsail at center. Tries to get it through Kapanen, but he can't. He bats it out of the air towards Carr, but it was broken up by Hijinks, his own teammate, who was laying dead on the ice.
Yeah, whoever knocked out Hijinks there absolutely helped them out.
Meatsail
And,
a backhander off the side of the net.
I mean, it has just been a defensive show from the Philadelphia in this second game.
Chad now. Up the wall, Hijinks. Over to Meatsail at center. Hijinks cutting on the right circle. Tries a backhander that was sticked aside by Zebra. Almost lost it in his pads, and he's able to be rescued by Rezi as he lost sight of the puck momentarily. This is Meatsail now. Circling his own zone, sends it out to Hijinks. Taken away by V. He has speed. Working on Chad. V has a breakaway. Shot wide.
Yeah, again and again, V's proven himself on the forechecks. He's a strong defensive man in the offensive zone, if you know what I mean. He's doing great out there.
V playing left wing in this game has been fantastic in every single position he's had to play. His rotations are phenomenal. He looks locked in for this matchup. This is Chad now in his own zone. Final minute of the second period approaching. Kapanen gets it over Hijinks. Chad will collect. Takes it into the zone. Takes a long backhander high and wide of Zebra. Meatsail will get there first. Sends it towards the net. Knocked aside by Tony Flo. Meatsail will leave that for Carr. Carr sends it deep across corner. For Hijinks. Rezi stick lifts him, and it's left for Kapanen, who gets it out to Rezi. Chad able to step up and swat it off his stick. Kapanen trying to collect that one. Rezi fell down. Pass from Kapanen, just missing the stick of V. And Meatsail collects, sends it over to Hijinks, who backhands it deep into the zone with Carr chasing after it. Zebra's going to come way out to play this. And he did it very smartly. A great decision-making ability by Zebra there. Comes out, recognizes the situation, realizes he'll get there first, and he's able to send it around the wall to his teammate.
Yeah, just high quality goalkeeping there. He's really keeping up. He's not letting any mistakes go through. But if I'm Albany right now, we got one more period, and Meatsail has 30 goals, and the next closest person has 9 on his team, and Chad has 26 assists, and the next person has 16. I'm really looking for the connection here between those two. I mean, we've all seen the highlights, if you really play puck, that these two are unstoppable together, and I feel like I haven't seen a lot of connection between those two right now.
The Beavers are going to need a big performance from their star Meatsail if they want to win Game 2 and not fall down 2-0 to the 4th seed Philadelphia Liberty. 4th seed is relative, as all these teams are pretty much the same skill level. Most of the seeding decided on technicalities in a 3-way tie. This is Meatsail. Sending it across. Carr a shot! Couldn't get it over the pad of Zebra, and he's able to get it aside to the corner. This is Rezi now collecting it in his own zone. Loses it to Carr. Comes out to Hijinks, but Kapanen's able to get that out to center. Meatsail takes it. Working through Rezi. Look at these moves! Meatsail! Stopped by Zebra!
I mean, outstanding work from Zebra there to get the stop. It is so impossible to stop this guy, and Zebra is putting on a masterclass right now.
Here we go. Meatsail really looks like he's giving it his all out there. He's pulling off everything he can think of to get through this Philadelphia Liberty defense, but Zebra nonetheless will come up big in big moments. He's been known to do so, and he will continue to be known to do so. This is Meatsail sending it deep. Stick aside by Zebra. Hijinks out deep, and V will take that over. Up across to Rezi. Tries to send it back, and it was deflected by Chad. Tony Flo sends it deep, and Chad will get there first, sending it back the other way. Liberty knock it down, but the Beavers get there first. Carr towards the net, stopped by Zebra on a double hit. That gets it out to center. 3 minutes to play in the third period. Puck towards the net, knocked down by V. This is going to be Kapanen getting there first in his own zone. Sending it out to Rezi, just over his stick, and Meatsail will get there first. Scoreless game. Game 1 decided in a 1-goal game. It was 1-0 in favor of the Philadelphia Liberty. Here's Meatsail. Cutting into the slot. Tries to pass it across to Chad. That connection you were talking about, but it couldn't click as the defender was able to break that up beautifully from behind.
Yeah, Tony Flo getting a really good stop there to break up the connection.
Tony Flo has been absolutely fantastic defensively. Their first-round pick has not been disappointing.
No,
exactly
their
what
whole
you expect from a player of his caliber.
Their entire team has been playing well. And I mean, being the only team that's really making trades, I mean, they are performing like they knew what to do from the beginning of the draft. This whole team is just clicking right now.
And Meatsail took a long shot. I believe that clipped off the top of the crossbar on a deflection from Zebra. Here's Kapanen. V hacking and whacking for the puck. Rezi sends it back in deep. Kapanen again. Taken away by Meatsail. Sticked aside by Rezi. Meatsail will have to recollect in his own zone. And he sends it out to Carr. Just under his stick. Carr frustrated with that one as he waves his stick in the air. Tony Flo will get there first. Sends it around behind his own net to V. Crunch time for game 2. minute and a half in the third period. And here's Hijinks. Plays it across the car just out of his reach. Meatzel cuts it down, sends it to the net, and Zebra's able to brilliantly play that to the corner.
Yeah, Zebra taking control of this game, really. Meatsail's giving absolutely everything here. He's really trying to work it in on Zebra, and it's just not going.
Final minute of play in game 2. As we may need overtime to decide this one. Here's V looking to change that. Takes a shot, scores!
Absolutely clutch here from the guy V, and we were talking about it earlier. He's had such a big role this entire game, and just, you know, a tough save there for Yeesh. Goes off the stick, and that is just unfortunate for them, but V really putting in the work this game.
This is shocking so far from the Albany Beavers, as they haven't been able to connect offensively and beat Zebra. It's a tough thing to do for any team. Yeesh comes out to play it. Final 30 seconds. And the Philadelphia Liberty are 30 seconds away from going up 2-0 in the series. Sent out, Chad now. And it's cleared all the way down to Yeesh, who comes out to play it. 20 seconds to go. Yeesh sends it up. Meat sail. And they can't get it into the zone. Final 10 to go. Rezi comes in, looking for the dagger. Rezi missed the net wide. It's not going to matter. Oh, the Philadelphia Liberty storm through the Beavers and take games 1 and 2.
An absolute upset here, and everyone thought, you know, with Meatsail and Chad that they were gonna take it, but an absolute masterclass from Yeesh along with their entire line. I mean, just putting on a defensive clinic and not allowing a lot of shots through. Like I said, I mean, they just had opportunity after opportunity on Philadelphia, and you know, a great game from them tonight.
And I think the player of the game day will have to be V. Just absolutely fantastic on all sides of his ice, all sides of the puck. He able to break up everything that Meatsail sent his way, knocking down pucks out of midair at center, going towards the net and scoring goals, passing the puck, getting assists. The game-winning assist to Tony Flo in game 1 as they won 1-0. And then he's able to score the game winner in game 2. As for the Puck Hockey League on the Puck Hockey League Network, my name is Jack. I was joined by Randy for this broadcast. We thank you so much for joining us tonight. Games 1 and 2 of the semifinals both go to the Philadelphia Liberty. And the Albany Beavers have some thinking to do as we head into Game 3 in a few days. We hope you join us for that too, but for now, we say good night. And we will have Prospect Division matchups later tonight. We hope you join us for that as well.
Yeah, everyone, you guys have a good night. It was an honor. Thank you very much for having me in the booth tonight. You know, it is an absolute ecstatic matchup to watch. We're going back into it.
We apologize for the miscommunication. This game day is not over. We will have Game 3 shortly. Both teams are getting set in warm-ups. Many players taking a break. But we will get an early present. And Game 3 will be underway tonight instead of the scheduled game day.
Yeah, I'm sure Albany is feeling antsy after those first 2 losses. I mean, feeling like the top dog coming into this. They got to be ready to go, feeling like they can make the changes right now that they need to.
So Game 3 was initially scheduled for July 1st, but both teams pulling a little a bunny out of their hat are content to just play this game now. Which I would think the Beavers would want a little break in from the action and recollect how they were playing and take that break to their advantage. But they want to play Game 3 now.
Yeah, and you got to respect the decision and the confidence from the number one overall team. If I'm not speaking incorrectly, there, they really feel like they got this in the bag. They believe in Yeesh. They believe in their entire lineup to really come through and score for them here. We haven't seen a goal from them, if I'm not wrong. So, if we can get that real connection going between Chad and Meat Sale again, that's again what I'm looking for in this game.
So back-to-back playoff shutouts to start his PHL playoff career from Zebra. And the Philadelphia Liberty are up 2-0 on the Albany Beavers. 1-0 victories in Game 1 and 2. Goals from Tony Flo in Game 1 and V in Game 2. And I apologize for the earlier miscommunication, but we will have Game 3 tonight. A bit of a surprise for everybody involved. As we get the starters back in here. So what should have transpired is we would have waited a couple days and played Game 3 on July 1st. That game would have gone to Philadelphia as we take a trip to Philadelphia now. And we have a super jet on standby for the PHL as we absolutely rocket to Philadelphia from Albany. Here in the building, ice is ready, players are ready, taking warm-up now.
Yeah, and if if I'm Albany, I'm really, it's not like their roster isn't deep, They can pull from their bench if they need to, but I don't know if Dabs is going to make an appearance or anybody from their team. But you get to the second period or third period of this game, and you got to think we need to make some changes here if we don't get any scoring. It's a tough game against these goalies. It has been both of them, and we haven't seen high-scoring games here. But we really could, and it just takes that one little momentum swing to really get things going.
So both teams set. Both teams ready for Game 3. The Albany Beavers on the brink of elimination. Puck is dropped and we are underway. The Beavers come away with it. This is going to be Chad starting it out for the Beavers. Quickly taken away by Kapanen, but Hijinks will get there first. Chad now. As you mentioned, DeBeasy is in the building, a substitute if they need. Meatsdale sends it out to Carr at center. He'll have to recollect and regroup in his own zone. Sends it up the wall in the backhand to Meat Sale, who backhands it into the zone for Hijinks. Steps around Kapanen with Chad in front. Tries the pass, but Zebra was able to break it up.
That is exactly what we're looking for from Albany, is pass after pass to get the
Rezi has a break! Stop by Yeesh!
Oh, Yeesh keeping him in there. Holy.
Back and forth action to start this game. And it's Meat Cell coming the other way again with Hijinks on his left. Meat Cell works over Tony Flo, but V's able to break it up from behind as Tony was able to slow him down enough. Rezi knocks the puck down. V breaking up the ice, but the pass is blocked by Chad. It pops right out to Tony Flo. He carries it into the zone, tries to take a shot. That was deflected by the defender. Yeesh tried to leave it for Chad, a bit of a miscommunication, as Tony Flo almost broke that up. It's played out, knocked down by Hijinks. Meat Sale in the offensive zone. Cuts to the net with a backhander. Zebra said no. Loose in the crease, and Zebra sticks it to the wall. This is V now. The game winner in Game 2. The Albany Beavers are facing elimination with Philadelphia up by 2. Tony Flo sends it up the wall. Kapanen tries to center for Rezi, but Chad slaps it deep. Meat Sale gets there first. V leaves it for Rezi. Rezi out to Kapanen through his stick, and Carr will recollect in his own zone. Chad now to Carr under his stick. Rezi will get there first. Plays it to Cap behind the net. Cap one touches in front to Rezi, and it was beautifully sticked aside by Yeesh. Yeesh, one of the strongest sticks in the game, constantly breaking up plays himself. Carr now, taken away by Kapanen. Yeesh will come out to play this. Sends it over to Hijinks. Circling his own zone. Turns it over to Kapanen. Rezi going to the net, but Hijinks recovers. Kapanen now. Towards the net, just missing the net wide. This is V on the left wall, sends it deep for Rezi. With Cap in front, he tries to center it to him, but Meat Cell breaks it up, takes it out to center, broken up by Tony Flo, and V will get there first. Miscommunication! Meat Cell's free, but it's no!
Wow,
Zebra came up large again.
Every time you call on this guy, he's there to answer. He is not letting anything through right now.
Even on the highest end talents in the world, no one can solve Zebra. This is Meat Sale. Scores!
Oh, the caster's curse. Oh, I'm sorry, Zebra. What a good shot there from Meat Sale. We're really seeing exactly what I was saying is Meat Sale playing a little more forward and, you know, Chad just trying to feed him. Meat Sale being able to walk it up there, but, you know, those are a dime a dozen. So they just got to keep it going here.
So Meat Sale, as you would expect, puts the Beavers up by 1 in an elimination game. The first elimination game of the D1 playoffs so far. Cap now. Out to Tony Flo, who sends it in deep. And as you mentioned, the caster's curse is real. And I apologize to Zebra for that one. This is Carr into the zone. And Zebra, widely regarded, one of his best assets is his reaction time. And I think he just tried to predict that shot rather than react to it. And he was unable to accommodate for where the shot was placed.
Yeah, you put these guys under pressure like this over and over again. At some point, they're either going to get ahead or behind themselves, you know? And we're seeing constant barrages. You know, the Beavers really clicking in this game. I'm glad they... I'm sure they had a long talk there.
And this is... Both of these teams have been playing puck at the highest caliber, the highest skill level for 30 minutes straight now. So there could be some wear and tear on the mentality of these players as we go into Game 3. This will be period 1 done. Albany takes a 1-0 lead to the locker room.
Yeah, that's the first chink in the armor that we've seen come out of Philadelphia. Now we got to see them come back. If you want to win a game, you have to score. I always say that. So if they want to win this game, tie it up, take it to OT, whatever you got to do here.
Puck is dropped, and the Beavers come away with the puck. Carr comes into the zone with a long shot off the post.
Wow, really getting bailed out by the post there. You know, the goalie's best friend. That was very close to going in.
Here comes Resi wide. Didn't mean to step on your toes there, Randy.
No, you're good. Hey, this is an outstanding game. You can't even talk. You just got to watch the action.
This is absolutely unbelievable. What you'd expect from these two teams. Here's Kapanen towards the net. Missing wide. Hijinks recollects, sends it over to Carr behind the net. And he's going to slow this down, send it up the wall over the head of Tony Flo. Out to Meetsell in a 2-on-1 with Chad. Tries to send it to him quickly, but V's able to break that up. Chad now. Taken by Kapanen. Resi. Sidesteps Carr. Shot over the net high and wide. Resi's had multiple point-blank looks this game.
Yeah, and that's the guy we're looking for. Resi being the leading goal scorer for the team. This is the guy we're trying to put in that opportunity to get back into this game.
Here's Tony Flo leaving it for V, taken away by Carr. Takes a long shot wide of the net. V will get there first. Meetsell now. In the offensive zone, sends it back on the same wall for Hijinks. Tony Flo breaks that up as Hijinks couldn't receive the pass. Here's Tony Flo in his own zone, sending it up the middle of the ice. Broken up, taken away by Carr. Skated back into the slot. Takes the shot. Sticked aside by Tony Flo. Sends it back in front, and Tony Flo collects. Skating in front of Meetsell. And he'll curl back, send it across, and V will hustle after this with Chad.
Tony playing a huge role right now on both sides of the ice. I mean, he is really holding it down for him.
Meetsell takes the puck. Tony Flo defending, who has been his kryptonite tonight, and he proves to be too much once again for Meetsell. Chad now, across to Meetsell, skated to center. Stick handling through 1, 2. And he lost the handle at 3. Chips it up to himself. Knocked down by Tony Flo again. Here's Resi. Through Chad. Resi into the zone. Forehand shot. Scores!
Resi, what a move there. Oh, my God. I mean, absolutely exactly what you want there. Breaking it up from the defenders and then just getting a wide open look there to make it impossible for Yeesh unless he gets it exactly perfect.
That shot kicked off of the stick of Yeesh and went top right into the net. Resi ties the game. Assist by the man of the hour, Craven Moorhead. Puck played in front. Hijinks! Stopped by Zebra. What a save! Meetsell denied!
Shot after shot. Zebra is trying his hardest to keep his team at even here.
Zebra came up huge, point blank, and back-to-back saves. 1.5 minutes in the second period remaining. Resi, across, knocked out by Chad. Hijinks, loses it to Craven Moorhead, scores! Oh my!
Absolutely does 3 defenders there. Just takes it away from all of them and then places it just perfect. This is an outstanding match. Way to get back into it.
The Liberty have the lead. Craven Moorhead from Resi, moments after Resi from Craven Moorhead. And the Liberty have the lead in Game 3 with a 2-0 series lead. The Beavers need something, and they need it quick.
Yeah, and it's not going to come easy with Zebra in the net. We all know that.
Meet Sail towards the net, stick aside by Zebra. Rezi now, up the wall, Hijinks will collect at center. And this place is buzzing in Philadelphia. Here's Carr. Towards the net, stopped by Zebra. Meet Sail couldn't collect the rebound. Meet Sail spins it back behind the net. Carr will collect on the other wall. Sends it back in deep, but Craven Moorhead will get there first, otherwise known as Tony Flo.
Yeah, and if you're the Beavers right now, you got to be feeling a little anxiety. You got to be feeling a lot of, we need to score right now. You know, they got a whole nother period, but really they need to get it soon and just keep getting those shots on net to get Zebra to mess up one time.
Puck played towards the net, another shot wide! Loose in the crease, Rezi couldn't bat it in. And that's it for period number 2. The Albany Beavers enter what could be the final 5 minutes of their season. The first seed team season flashes before their eyes. They need something now.
Yeah, and you could take any bet on this game, and I bet you that you know, you're not taking them by this much. You know, Zebra's only let in 1 goal. You know, he's a fantastic goalie, but he's going against all stars, you know?
V quickly works into the zone from the left circle, takes a shot! What a well-placed shot, and Yeesh came up big. It's rolling on the top of the net. Stopped by Yeesh again, and it's cleared.
I'm speechless with Yeesh right there. That was outstanding. I mean, I thought that was top corner all day. What a save.
What a job to hug the post. Hijinks over to Carr now, with Meatsail streaking up the ice. Carr wheels into the zone, and Kapanen breaks it up from the front. V now, with Rezi going up the ice and Kapanen on his left. He opts for Kapanen, but the pass was knocked aside by Carr, and Chad will regain possession for the Beavers. 4 minutes to go in Game 3. A 2-0 series lead for the Beavers. This is Hijinks now. Backhander stopped by Zebra. Chad off Kapanen's stick, and Hijinks will get there first. Funky bounce pops out to Hijinks, and Tony Flo will take over. Chips it ahead to V. V gets free, takes a backhander, stick aside by Yeesh.
Yeah, Yeesh leaving it with the no-doubter right there. Great save.
V plows into Chad. Hijinks can't get there. Tony Flo breaks it up again. This is Kapanen into 2-on-1 with V. Chad defending now. Kapanen stopped by Yeesh.
You know, I feel like Yeesh isn't going to let another one in. He is locked in. He's ready to go.
Shot stopped! Off the defender. It almost went in. The caster's curse is real.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I almost jinxed him. But, no, I believe in him the whole way. And we need another game or another goal here from the Beavers. I want to see an overtime in this game.
Nearing the final second half of period 3 in Game 3. The Philadelphia Liberty have a 2-0 series lead as Cap walks in with the dagger attempt that was stopped by Yeesh again. 2-0 series lead for Philadelphia. 2-1 lead in Game 3, looking to sweep away the first seed team. Meet Sail now. Tony Flo knocks it aside. Rezi out to V. Broken up by Carr in a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Carr broken up by Tony Flo. Across now to Hijinks. Carr was able to recover. And now it's Hijinks. Got free in the corner. Skates it behind the net. Looking for options. Sends it to the line for Chad with a backhander that went wide. Deflected wide as well. And Carr now sends it to Meatsail down low with Hijinks in front. He couldn't get a quality tip on it.
Oh, what an opportunity there from Hijinks. I mean, just the absolute dime coming into him.
V takes over. 1:45 in Game 3 remaining. Played out to Rezi, 1-on-1 with Chad. Rezi tries to cut through Chad, but gets a heavy touch, and he steps in to break it up from behind. up the wall, Kapanen. Look out! Just missing the far post as Yeesh was off his mark. And here's Carr, up the wall, meet Sale. Across! What a find! Chad couldn't get a shot off. Carr, up across, meet Sale now. Tony Flo takes over, sends it across to Rezi, just out of his reach. Back at the wall, Cap towards the net, knocked down by Carr. Tony Flo will collect at the line, spinning back in his own zone. Final minute to play in Game 3. Kapanen works his way into the zone for Rezi. Rezi now, backhanding it back in deep for Kapanen. Kapanen out to Rezi. As these two cycle and swirl in the offensive zone, looking to kill time. Final 30 seconds of play in the third period.
Yeah, we need
V now
something,
up
and
the
we need it
wall.
now.
Rezi one-on-one with Chad. Gets through him, but Carr gets back in time. Carr off of Tony Flo's body. Final 15 seconds. Broken up. Meets Cell deep in the zone. V breaks it up again. They need a clear. Up the wall. It escapes Carr. And the Philadelphia Liberty have swept the Albany Beavers. You will see them in the final.
Liberty, just an outstanding game there all around. They were clicking on all cylinders, and you hate to see them go out like that, but the Beavers just weren't playing the same game as they were. The Liberty did awesome.
What a game by V and Tony Flo to deny Hijinks, Meat Sale, Chad, and the likes. This is absolutely ridiculous. What a performance from both of these teams, and a huge congratulations to the Philadelphia Liberty. You will see them in the finals. Home ice advantage will go to the winner of the Bloomington Wild Halifax Hook series. That series is knotted up at 1. You will see Game 3 of that on July 1st, next Tuesday, or rather this upcoming Tuesday. Game 1 of the finals will likely be scheduled for that same night. And if it is not, it is currently scheduled for July 3rd. But I know many of these captains have been discussing when they would like to start, and a ton of them are content to play that on the same night as the wrapping up of the semifinals on July 1st. We had a premature goodbye, but we came back for the series finale of this series. The Beavers season ends in a dramatic fashion, a sweep by the Philadelphia Liberty Zebra, giving up 1 goal in 3 games. And they could not solve him tonight.
What an outstanding performance, if I can say, from Zebra tonight. I mean, you have a tall order going against Chad and Meat Sale. Everybody knows it. These guys are just top of the line puck players, and he stood the task all night. He did not give anything up. He let up 1 goal, and who can blame him? He did a fantastic job tonight.
So, for the Puck Hockey League on the Puck Hockey League Network channel, we thank you very much for joining us. I'm Jack with Randy. We are so pleased to bring this game to you. An absolutely dramatic final. 3-0 sweep in favor of the 4th seed Liberty. They will go on to face the winner of the Bloomington Wild Halifax Hook series.
Yeah, great game.
Good night from the Puck Hockey League, and we wish you a fantastic rest of your night. But don't go anywhere quite yet, since we will have Division 3 action momentarily. As for the Division 1 playoffs, this is it for the Philadelphia Liberty and Albany Beavers series. Good night from the Puck Hockey League.